You don't need therapy. Sometimes you just need that alcoholic father type rage that is actually channeled into energy that's going to help you and care for you and actually get you to where you need to be in life instead of destroy you and beat you down. But in today's society, there's such this big problem with so many people thinking that they're broken, that they need therapy, that they're depressed, that they have anxiety, that they're stressed, that they're this, that they're that they can't do anything because their situation is just so bad and there's some special snowflake that can't do anything about anything. And if that's you, then you need to be watching this video so that you can figure out whether or not you have an actual excuse or if you're just making it all up in your head. And now here's the thing. It's not that difficult to get where you want in life. All you have to do is just work towards it. But how do you work towards it? And how do you not give yourself excuses? Because I talk to so many people every single day in the DMs. And I'll ask them, how's your progress going in the gym? How's your physique? Are you happy with it? And I hear so often the same responses of, the progress is great, I'm happy with my physique. But you know what they look like? They're either some fat fuck or some skinny ass little bitch. And they're happy with where they are, and they're happy with their physique, happy with the progress they've made. And now it's good to be proud of yourself. But the problem is that so many of these people are taking so much copium that they're just telling themselves that where they're at in life is something that they're happy with. And instead of actually trying to get somewhere with their life, instead of actually trying to move forward, they would so much rather just tell themselves, oh, it's fine where I'm at. I'm proud of myself for what I've done. And once again, I will say again, I'm a huge proponent for being proud of yourself for the things you have done. That is extremely important in this life. But you should never stop trying to progress to become better. Because the second you become stagnant, the second you stop moving forward, you now fall into the depression cycle. You now fall into the loser cycle. Because all depression is when you're moving backwards in life. And if you're stressed, if you're depressed, if you have anxiety, then the chances are that you probably should, because of what you're doing with your life. Because if your life is not moving forward, if you're not progressing in the gym, if you're not progressing with your habits, if you're not progressing with who you are, then depression is just a system that is put in place to tell you that something is wrong with your life. And if you think that nothing's wrong with your life and that you've just been cursed by God with this thing called depression, this thing called stress, this thing called anxiety, then there is something wrong with you. Because there is. Because you're either depressed, stressed, or anxious. And it could be that you do actually have an amazing life right now, but you have a hormone problem, you have a habit problem, you have a discipline problem, and just because things are going well in life does not mean that you should not be depressed. Because you can have so many different problems in your life that are causing you to be depressed. And now that doesn't mean that just because you have problems in your life that you should be depressed. It just means that the answer to everything is always move forward. And stop wasting time. Stop giving yourself excuses. Because it's really not that difficult, guys. It's really not that difficult. If you have a food addiction, if you cannot put the fork down, you can go get a cinnamon roll that is made of protein. It's not going to taste the same. No, it's not. It's not going to taste that good to you the first few times you eat it probably. But you know what's going to happen? Over time, you're going to start to like it. And instead of getting that big ass cinnamon roll that tastes good but makes you feel like absolute shit, you're going to eat something that you know is going to push you forward and make you progress. Are you a cookie freak? You can get a chocolate chip cookie that has protein in it. It's not that difficult. You're just giving yourself all these excuses for the reason why. Oh, I just love food. Oh, I just love this. Oh, I'm too tired. I can't do this. Why can't you do it? Why can't you do it? Because here's the thing. This morning, I kind of fucked up. I woke up late, and I didn't get to train because I had to wake up, get straight in my car, and go to work. But guess what? That doesn't matter. Because yes, that is a problem, But that doesn't matter, because that's not going to stop me from moving forward. That's not going to stop me from progressing. When I get home, I am just going to go train. And then I'm going to go shower, I'm going to go to bed. I'm gonna make sure that I go to bed on time and I don't get distracted by a bunch of bullshit, so that I can actually wake up in the morning and I'm not dead exhausted. But so many people give so many excuses. Oh, I'm an insomniac. Insomnia is not real. The only, 95% of insomnia is literally not real. The only time that insomnia is real if you have an actual sleep disorder. And when I don't sleep enough, I turn into a narcoleptic. So I have an actual sleep problem. And guess what? I'm still saying insomnia is not real, because the only reason you ever get insomnia is because your mind starts thinking too much, because you haven't accomplished enough in the day, because you're too fucking lazy. And this video isn't meant to just beat you down, make you feel like shit about yourself. It's meant to make you realize that you need to do something. Because if you don't do something with your life, the decision you make to not do something, the consequence is still living the same life, the same physique, the same habits that you have right now and many years to come. And if that's a life that you want to live, then go do it, because I don't really care. But if you actually want to do something with your life, if you actually want to move forward, you have to tell yourself, I need to make a change, and it needs to happen now. And I need to stop f***ing around, and I need to actually do something with myself. Because I don't like my life. I feel like shit every day. I'm tired all the time. I can't put the fork down, or I can't feed myself. I'm dehydrated. I have low testosterone. Why do you want to live that life? Because by you choosing every single day to do the same things you're doing, you are choosing to live that life. That means you want to live that life. Is that a life you really want to live? Or is that not a life you want to live? Do you want to live the life where you love the way you look in the mirror, where you're aesthetic as hell, where you're healthy, where you have high testosterone, where you wake up feeling refreshed when you sleep? Because that's a life I would rather live. I would rather be proud of myself every single day than hate myself every single day. But you have to do something about it. You have to fix it. You have to finally decide. And this is why therapy is one of the most pointless things in the world. Because there are very select few mental health illnesses where you might need therapy for. Okay, maybe you have PTSD and you need therapy for something like that. But with so many mental health disorders, depression, anxiety, extreme stress, you really don't need to go to therapy. Because what's therapy going to do? It's going to tell you you're okay with the way you are, that your problems aren't actually you, that you should just continue living life the same way, that you just take a bunch of copium and feel better about yourself. That's never going to fix the problem. All that's going to do is fill the pockets of the therapist so that you feel worse and keep coming back. This is why coaches and mentors are going to completely wipe out therapy. Because they are the people who are actually trying to fix people and help them progress in life. And that is a terrible business model, to be a coach or a mentor and fix people's lives. Because you know what happens if you fix somebody's life? They're not going to buy from you again, because you fixed their problem once. There's no reoccurring with that. But I would much rather be called a scammer, an idiot, a liar, whatever you want to call it, just to be able to help people and get them out of the exact same situation that I used to be in. Because I used to hate myself. I used to have low T. I used to have my fake insomnia. I used to stay up all night. I used to have terrible addictions. And I got past that. And I moved forward. And I became the person that I knew I needed to be, that I wanted to be, to live a life that I actually enjoy. And not every day is amazing. I don't love every day. Some days I wake up and I just want to fall into the abyss and kind of die in my bed. But that's part of life, because there is no sunshine without rain. So if you want every day to be perfect, then you're asking to live in some fantasy land. And that's go to heaven. And I'm not telling you to go off yourself. I'm just saying, it's like that's not a real plausible thing that's going to happen. Not every single day can be perfect, but every single day you can be proud of yourself. And if you're proud of yourself every single day, you are not living in eternal hell. And to get shredded or to bulk up and then cut back down, whatever it is that you need to do, it's going to be difficult. It's probably going to be painful. It might be miserable. It doesn't have to be, but there's going to be times where you are in the depths of misery. But guess what? Once you pull yourself through that, you know that you can get through literally anything that you put your mind to, anything that you try to work towards. It will be yours because you have already done it. And every time you try and you give up, you're just building it in your mind. You can't do anything, which makes you feel like a bigger loser, which makes you just want to fall back into the bed and do a whole lot of nothing. You need to decide, are you going to finally move forward, or are you going to do something about this? Are you going to stop wasting your time, or are you a winner? Because I'm tired of seeing all these people constantly living this life that they hate. Constantly in this cycle. Constantly just telling themselves that everything's okay, even though they truly feel like it's not. Because that only makes them feel more and more hopeless every single day. And it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to live a life you hate. You don't have to be stuck in misery. Everything you want can and should be yours. It's going to take time, though. It's not going to come instantly. And if you expect it to come instantly, then that's a mindset problem that needs to change. But if you don't start, you are guaranteeing that it's never going to happen. Never. So what do you want to do? What's your pick? And before you even decide, I want you to keep this in mind. To get aesthetic, to live your dream life, that does not mean that you have to give up everything you love. That does not mean that you can never go out and have a fun night and go and drink or smoke or do something with your friends. It means you need to learn how to control it and how to limit it. And when you do go out and you do have those times where you want to have fun with your friends occasionally, you can go and have fun doing it. But you're not going to be stupid about it. You're not going to destroy yourself. And you're not going to do it again and again and again. Because those times do set us back. But if we have a proper plan in place, if the systems are correct, it's not going to put us all the way to the start. We're going to know how to do whatever we want to do, have the fun, adjust, and continue moving forward. But if you don't want to do that, if you want to just continue partying every day, continue wasting your life away, that is 100% your choice. That's all it is. But if you actually want to change, start doing something about it today. Make the change. And if you need help, and if you are completely lost, you can go down into the description in this video, click on my Instagram, and DM me the word aesthetic, and we will work one-on-one together. We will get you out of the pits of your hell and finally change your life. Once and for all. Have a good day, guys.